Jehovah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. So I could partially hear the music bringing us in, so it's kind of in and out, but it's okay. We're live, right? Yep. We're live.
Yeah, we live.
All right. Good. I want to welcome everybody to the Bread and Hope Show. What Bread? Hope on the other end over there. We welcome everybody to the Bread and Hope Show. Actually, I can show for everybody tonight. Those of you who are first ears, first time listening to the Bread and Hope Show. We are based in Atlanta, Georgia. So we talk about sports primarily in the state of Georgia, but wherever you are from, feel free to tune in with us and speak on it. Hope what you got.
Yeah, I want
Yeah,
to thank the listeners for tuning in tonight. As always, we come to you guys every Wednesday at 9 p.m. I want to give a quick shout out to the Enhanced Sports Show. Lou is in the house. He'll be joining us later on.
Lou.
And yeah, and give a quick shout out to the well all our members of the Bread and Hover Show Facebook group supporting the Bread and Hover Show. If you want to be a part of the community, just hit us up and we'll take care of you. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
How was the weekend, man?
Oh man, the weekend was good, man. I got some rest. Uh, usual, man. I wish I could have been out of the matrix like you, but but it was a good weekend, man. Watching college football and yeah, it was just a relaxing weekend. How was your cruise?
Oh man, cruise was great, man. Uh, much needed vacation. Uh, but yeah, it was good. No fights, no chicken finger fights. So all was good.
No, that's always good.
Always a good thing, man. I don't understand how people come on a cruise, to fight. It's just, no, that ain't my intent. But I would disrespect. Hey, man, you have all the chicken fingers you want, man. But nah, it was good, man. Everything was all good. Carnival has this new resort kind of a thing. No hotels or thing like that, but it's got everything else. It's like a beach resort. Everything for the family to all adults. I think they call it a celebrity something something odd. And so it was real good. Well worth the money if you want to go to the all adult side where there are no kids slip in. A lot of parents try to slip in with their families. Say, look, man, this vacation. It's like bringing work with you. So, but they got plenty of pools, plenty of oceanside for families that want to bring kids and all that kind of stuff. They got plenty of them on both sides, and so no need to kind of bum rush the adult side because that was a little slower. Got some nice music, a little quieter because people want a little peace and quiet. And everybody tolerated your kids all day and all night. So, so you get on that resort to where we can get a little peace. So everything was good. I tell people, Carnival has a lot of changes, a lot of things that people that go on Carnival, there are a lot of changes uh, that they have implemented to make it more enjoyable for the masses. Some of that is, you can't hog chairs. You can't hog some of the pool chairs at poolside. Some people put towels there all day, and come back sporadically. Say no more of that. So they got people going around and they would take all of your things and put them in a safe place to allow for other people to come in and enjoy and have some space. So some of those things, none of your kids running up and down the hallways, there's a curfew. I think it should be 11 or 12, but it's a 1 o'clock curfew. Kids got to be in. Can't have them in the hallways. They used to be in the hallways playing music, all that stuff. None of that. Music, if you like going to the club, that kind of thing, that's changed. So you go in there and used to be lit every night with gangster red or whatever they call 'em. So whoever whoever they are, Glorilla, yeah, that's one of them. Glorilla, you know, So you can't, you're not, you're not gonna be setting it off every night. And they got one night for that, and that's probably the first night. Everything else has a theme. Afro Beach night, Caribbean Afro Beach night. There's an 80s night. I mean, when I say 80s night, I mean from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock, nothing but 80s. There's a 90s, 2000. I think they do put some hip hop in there. So you get you some Biggie Smalls and whatever was hot, in 2000 and 90s. That's what they're gonna play up until 2 in the morning. And R&B soul night. That's it, just R&B. They might play some new, but it's R&B. Play a lot of Usher, all of that kind of stuff. So they'll switch things up. A little pop night, what I call it, pop night. I think the teens come in on that night with I call it jumping jack music. Hopefully, they play music by Pitbull. It's like Pitbull. All his songs sound the same to me now. They just do same beat, and everybody just jump up and down all night doing calisthenics. So, I'm just telling folks, just coming. I'm a witness, and so there have definitely been some changes because they want it to be enjoyable for all people, and they're not blind, to all the complaints that they've gotten over the recent years, and even this year they said enough is enough. So June 25th is when they implemented those changes and rule changes among some other ones, but those are the kind of big ones that kind of stuck out for me. I actually saw security pulling up kids after 12. There was a rated R movie on, and they say it is not for kids. So y'all got to turn in a little bit early tonight. 12 o'clock, security, where you at? You need to be in your room. Time to go. When 1 o'clock came, now you need to be making your way to your room. You're not an adult. How old are you? Give me your card. Okay, go to your room. So, parents, if you don't know where your kids are on the cruise, security does, and they're gonna be sending them back to you. So, so that's that. So I'll check some of the social media again, to see what people are saying about some of these changes. But I love it. Boots on the ground, they play it. Some people they don't even play boots on the ground. They play it, but sparingly, but they play it. But you can't be popping your fans. They serious about them fan popping. You ain't gonna be in the club popping your fans. Security will pull you up ASAP. So they got more security on Carnival, more than I've seen on any cruise line. But they're there. They've invested in a lot of bodies, Hope.
Oh man.
So when you go on your cruise later on, then trust me, that would be the Carnival is at least one of the safest ships that you're gonna have.
Yeah, well, thanks for the info, man. I'm looking forward to it, and
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely. I'm all about the changes, though. Sounds like it's gonna be a whole lot better
Yeah.
cruise, and we have a better at that time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just on another note, real quick, just prayers to up in Minnesota, Minneapolis, and there was a shooting, another shooting. I hate to keep talking about these shootings. Another shooting at a school, Catholic school up there. Come to find out, it's limited information, but what I'm hearing is that it's somebody who actually graduated from the school, and their mom used to teach at the school. This person graduated as a male, now identifies as a female. Well, he's deceased now because I think they killed themselves at the end of the day. And so, we'll talk about it again, but it's hot in the community. That's what Bread and Hover do. We whatever's hot in the community, we're gonna talk about it. I don't feel good about those kind of things reoccurring that happened here. What's the name of the house? Appalachian High School here what was the name of it?
Yeah, Appalachian High School. Yeah,
High School, not even a year ago. Here in Georgia, same thing, same kind of stuff. Kids not coping, parents not listening, and not supporting their children to the best of their ability, and they go out there and do foolish stuff that costs folks lives.
yeah, man. It's an unfortunate tragedy. My heart goes out to those families. I, we talked about this on more than one occasion, man. It's just we gotta, it's so many levels to this,
Yeah.
to try to get something in place. But yeah, man, like I said, very, very sad, sad. The whole thing is just horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to, send people out, National Guard. I mean, it's not that simple. You can't just, throw some band-aids, at somebody that got cancer, or somebody that's got a broken ankle, somebody that's got a stab wound or guns. You can't just throw some band-aids at it and say, "Hey, we're just gonna put a band-aid on it and a box of first aid just to show that we're doing something." You
Right,
know,
right,
we can't. One size does not fit all, and policing, community policing, I just say policing in general, is a unique skill in itself. But if you're in the armed forces, you have another particular set of skills that prepare you for global security and
right,
global strategy.
right,
Uh, this is a little bit more nuanced, and so therefore, police that have the training in their cities all over, because the crimes are nuanced. Therefore,
right.
you have to be, you have to be trained to handle these day-to-day times domestic. Sometimes it threatens, in my opinion, is national security. In my opinion, that you have all these shootings in these quiet suburban towns now, and so everything's not in these urban areas.
No, it's
So
not. And I was watching the little segment on the news, and the guy said it best. It was like, you know, we gotta. It's just the children are going to school. Whether Catholic, whatever school, they're just going to school to get an education, to socialize. To the whole thing that comes with it. And as innocent as it is, it's like you want families want their children to be safe when they go to
mhm.
when they go to school. Because it's almost like this, Brad. It's like that could be our kid.
Yep,
It could
yep,
easily be in our kid. So um, and it's I don't know, man. It breaks my heart. I just wish I don't know how we're gonna and the real bad part about it is, I've always told you, man, it's not there's no this is not the end. It's
yep.
like there's always gonna be something else.
Always.
Always gonna be something else until somehow in this country we we make some changes. But anyway, that's a
Yep.
whole that's a we could do a whole show talking
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, yeah, man. It's funny because I mean, when we first started the show, uh, we would have 2 hours, and we would have a lot of time to dedicate to these kinds of things because it's just a lot going on, and we just thought it was just, one of those things that was important to talk about. But like Hova said, we could talk about this all night, but we kind of got an express show. We got to pack it all in an hour. So, but yeah, we'll talk about it some more, and maybe even have the discussion float over to the Facebook group page. So keep your eyes and ears open to what's going on around you, y'all. It's important. Um, Something a little bit less important would be but more important to a lot of what do you call them, to the social people out there, and that's Swift and Kelsey finally gonna tie the knot, and so um, I guess that's not a real big surprise, but the reason we bring it up in football news, other than Kelsey being a Super Bowl champion, is how does this affect Kansas City games moving forward? I mean, there was any Kansas City game, and the networks hope that it's prime time, and they're always going to go over to Taylor and show Taylor Swift on camera with something, just doing whatever. And but look, Kelsey's probably gonna retire. This probably gonna be his last year, so we can put up with it for another year. I think we could do one more year of this stuff. I don't know. I don't know, Hova.
Yeah, I'm not, of course, like you said, I'm not surprised. Um, you know, I kind of felt like that relationship was either going to be long lasting as them just dating and, getting a lot of publicity, a lot of pub behind it, or
Mm-hmm.
let's take it to the next level and get married and really put some pub to it,
Mm-hmm.
or the other option would be it don't work out and then you throw some other pub to it. So it's three of those. It was going to go three, either
Mm-hmm.
those are the three ways it was going to go. And I'm
Right.
glad, and it went that they look like they want to make this, make this legit. And
Yeah.
you know kudos to them. But man, what can I say, man? I'm not. I don't listen. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan, and
Yeah. Right.
Travis Kelsey. Hey, I
Yeah.
think he's awesome what he does with the Chiefs, but I'm not a Chiefs fan. So
Exactly.
so you know what I'm saying. So for me, it's like I know that's the hot news is trending, but I could of course could care less.
Yeah. Right. Right.
But
Basically.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Basically. And so that's that. No more time on that. So the big thing I want to talk about, man. I don't know if you heard about a whole Rampage, Quentin Rampage Jackson. You heard of him, right?
Yeah.
Rampage Jackson, MMA fighter, heavyweight, won a couple titles, this, that, and the other. He's a bad man. He's got kids, so he's got a son. Let's talk about this son in particular, Rajah Jackson. Have you heard about this thing, Hover?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, it's all over everywhere, man. So check it, and it's on YouTube. Just check it out on YouTube, and you'll see it. But I'll do the best that I can to kind of just quickly talk about what's going on. Rajah Jackson is the son of Rampage Jackson. And so a buddy of his took him to this wrestling organization. I don't know, it's just a low level wrestling organization, right? And so he's out in the back, look like they're out there in the back, outside chilling, like somebody barbecuing something, they drinking back there or whatever, just hanging out. And so uh, so this guy named Psycho Stu, big burly guy, long beard, whatever, man, old school wrestler, man. Probably in his 50s or something like that. And so, so, so Rajah kind of steps up to him. They're talking, and there's a guy in a cowboy hat trying to like introduce Rajah. Say, hey, he's in the business, this, that, and the other, whatever. And everybody knows his dad is Rampage. And so Stu, the big burly guy, the wrestler, is said something to him. Stepped up to Rajah, said something to him, yada yada, grabbed the can, and then banged the can upside his head. A beer can. And what you gonna do, blah, 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 blah. And so you ready for this? And so obviously Rajah, fresh and green to this wrestling thing, didn't like it. He didn't take kind to it. So so he let him know, and he was trying to do a little something. But Stu, the big guy, the wrestler, Rajah, the MMA guy, he's like, hey man, it ain't, whatever, man. And then so the guys on the side were like, hey man, don't work, you gotta turn it off, man. Don't work. He's not a worker. That's what they call in the wrestling. He's not a worker. So what that means is that he still needs a lot of vetting, he needs proper training, he needs the proper understanding to know what this wrestling business is all about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's not like MMA. MMA real shit, it's real shit, but this thing is scripted. And so even though it's very physical, it's still scripted. And so ain't nobody prepared him in there. So he all hot and bothered because he got a streaming. He's got a following. Raja has a following. It was just some streamers, just for everybody do this. All the youngins do it. This guy like 20-something years old. And so he's still upset about this dude hitting him upside the head with a beer can. And so they kind of try to calm him down. Dude try to shake hands with, oh, okay, I ain't know he's a worker, man. No hard feelings. Like, nah, man, I'm upset about that, man. Nah, you don't go hitting nobody. Da, 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 da. So they go back and forth in the back, man. And so, it looked like they kind of shook it out a little bit. He shook his hand, whatever, man, but he was still feeling some kind of way. So the guy, one of the producers, and one of the guys with the producer, I call him Cowboy. And so Cowboy and the producers kind of, talking to Raja. I was like, hey, man, you might want to go ahead and you're gonna get your payback, man. We got a spot for you. You in for it? He's like, yeah, I mean, all right. We got something for you. You gonna get them receipts, man. We know you ain't like that, but you gonna get them receipts. Yeah, I want them receipts like bad. So they all got it egged up and everything, man. He all excited. He talking on his phone, his followers on TikTok. Yeah, I'm gonna get this dude, man. This, that, and the other. He can't do me like that. Da 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 da. This thing, fast forward, the match goes on. Raja's in the crowd. They say, well, man, we're gonna have somebody go over there and let you know when to go inside the ring and get your receipts. So just wait until you get the signal. So the dude, old Stu fighting in there, blah, blah, blah. Stu, was working over dude real good. Bam, body slam. Next thing you know, in the middle of the match, they gave Raja the word. Raja comes rushing to the ring, man. Next thing you know, man, Stu sees him. He picks up Stu over his head, man, holds him up. I'm glad I got the visual, man, so y'all can see. Holds it, he scoops up Stu, big dude, man, big burly dude.
Yeah.
He's young and strong. You're strong dude. Picks him up, holds him up for a while, and then just bam, body slams the man hard. It was so bad with his head. Stu's head kind of bounced off the mat. He was out of it. At that point, he was out of it.
Dang.
Yeah, he was done just that quick. And so, but Raja, I didn't stop there. He did a full mount on this guy and start swinging on him. You know how MMA guys do. They just get on top of you in full mount and just start swinging on you. Even though you're knocked out, they still swinging.
Right.
So it's somebody pull you off. So he got in like 20-something. So he had at first, a couple punches, guys didn't know what. Oh man, this is hitting him for real. And so one guy tried to pull him off. He couldn't pull him off. And he just kept swinging. Get off me. Kept swinging until they finally got him off of him. Come to find out that he hit this guy like 23 times, man, while he was already unconscious.
Dang.
Out of here on him back. He all hot and bothered, man. And it's and it's crazy. So now it's a thing. It's a big thing. Dude almost died in the ring, man. So wrestling get real. That's kind of what it looks like. Don't look good. So hold me to laugh. But the guy really got hurt. And so everybody but this is the deal. Raja did not get arrested. He actually walked out of the arena. He was mad. Mm-hmm. He was pissed off, hot and heavy. Mm-hmm. He called me a bitch because then folks like, man, how you gonna let that man get away with you hitting with that? So he's online the whole time, and people are heating him up. How you gonna let that? These just people you don't even know. These are just some people just poke out here liquid curve.
Yeah,
and he's paying attention to people that he don't even know, calling him a bitch and all these kind of things for not retaliating and all this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. And so that he had all that built up, and plus there's some other stuff with the relationship with his father. We'll talk about that on offline. But there's some other stuff with him and Rampage that ain't too cool either. But we'll talk about that on a different plane. But the moral of the story here is that he did not get arrested. I don't even know if there's any warrant for his arrest. The guy Stu the wrestler was in the hospital in the ICU for a while, and now I think he's out of the critical stage, but he's still in bad shape. Don't remember anything that happened, obviously. And so now everybody, is talking about, well, who's to blame? Well, Raja needs to go to jail, this, that, and the other, because he almost killed the guy. Then there's the also thing, well, Raja shouldn't have been in the ring anyway.
Right.
Number one, dude's an MMA fighter. He don't know when to pull back. It's nothing he knows about the business. They just let him go. It's like if a kid's been playing in the playground and there was two kids fighting in the playground, and little Bobby come back crying, and he's still upset. He want to get back at little Johnny. Here, little Bobby, take this gun and just pull the trigger. You ain't got to cock it in there. Just go up to him and just do what you got to do. If you pull the trigger, you pull the trigger. If you don't, you don't. But you got a gun and you can do what you want to do. All right, little Bobby goes back up to Johnny and blows his head off. That's exactly what happened. That's the way I see it. So so it's kind of similar to what happened to Appalachia. We just talked about this.
Right.
And it's like, yeah. The person who pulled the trigger, yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, you gotta go down for that. You knew what right from wrong. With Raja knew right from wrong. He could have killed this man. He's lucky that the man did not die.
Right.
Because if they did not pull him off, I thought they should have pulled him off a lot earlier. But if they did not pull him off and he kept swinging until he was tired, dude could have died in the ring. Right? And so, but the person who owns this thing and gave him the green light to get his so-called receipts, he needs to be culpable too. Just like the father or the parent who puts the gun in little Bobby's hand and go and shoot Johnny's head off. You got to be culpable too. What's the root of this? Because if Raja is not allowed, if he's not allowed to be in there, say, "No, man, you can't do this," or "Don't take it back there in the back," don't, this, that, and the other. Then we're not talking about it. We're moving on talking about the Falcons right now. TMZ talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. Mark Henry talking about it. So it's a big deal. I think that even Stephen A. talked about it today. So it's a really big deal. When you guys get a chance, go to Raja Johnson, Raja Jackson, and see exactly how it occurred. And it was bad. He shouldn't have even been put in that position, but he had stuff going on even prior to that. Right. So you got to understand, man. You beating a guy half to death in something like that, doesn't make you a bad man. It makes you stupid, and you probably should be going to jail.
Yeah, and I would agree with that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that the other wrestlers just didn't jump in. All they did was just jump in and just try to stop him. Then a few came after him just so that he would be there for the police, but he walked away, kind of ran away, and they didn't get him. That might be one of the things of why they didn't get it. So it's a thing, man. Check TMZ, check YouTube video, you'll see it. You see the report about it. But I thought it was interesting. It's kind of the hot thing that's going on now. When keeping it real goes wrong. So
dang, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, when keeping it real goes wrong. So let's talk about these Dirty Birds, man. Let's talk about these Falcons. Then we're gonna end up talking about these Bulldogs.
Okay.
So we all saw the game last Friday against the Cowboys. Didn't look all that great. Wasn't supposed to. But it led us to yesterday, which was the Falcons making the final cuts. And basically most of the guys that they cut are going to be playing on the practice squad anyway. And let me see if I can find those, because I did have that ready to try to have that queued up for tonight.
Okay.
I was going to try and, man, it must have been in my, that's what it was. It was my Falcons app. And so, but at any rate, man, I thought it was pretty, all the people that I expected that was going to be on the team or stick around is on the team. So, for instance, you talk about the quarterback Stick.
Yeah, Stick.
Yeah, so Stick got cut, but he's going to be on the practice squad.
Okay. So, yeah, Stick pick 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Pick Sticks. He's going. He's on there. And a lot of the guy, I think Blair was one of the receivers you saw that made some plays, a touchdown in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's part of. He got cut, but he's part of practice squad and a whole lot of other guys. Kobe Bryant, another guy that people thought was a good talent, undrafted free agent. He'll be back on the practice squad. So a lot of the guys that got cut, a lot of good ones that people are familiar with. Another Henderson, CJ Henderson, I believe, is back on the practice squad, are there and available. So they all, different positions all around. So those guys will be back, and especially the stick makes sense because if there's a deal made for Kirk Cousins, then he's right there.
Yeah.
I think Craig, the kicker, he made the cut, but there's some kind of special stipulation with him being some kind of international thing. So he doesn't count against the roster. So it's kind of like an extra player, but there's an allowance there.
Right.
So in case Koo mess up again, Koo made it. But in case he get them yits again, you got Craig right there at arm's length. Hey man, go on in there and do your thing. So he ain't out of hot water yet.
Yeah.
But I will say this, Hope. One of the guys, Nathan Carter. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, Nate. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy about Nate, man.
Nate made the team.
Yeah, man. He deserved it, man. I think Nate deserved it.
Yeah, real happy about that. I think Nate's out of Michigan State. I think I remember when he played, he was he's kind of like maybe a poor man's BJ Robinson. So something like that. But he's got a lot of speed. I think he's just as fast as Robinson, if not faster. He's a scat back, and he catch passes out the backfield. He can work like a receiver. He can do a lot of different things. He can do special teams, punt return. He can do all that stuff. So that was a good pickup. We saw him score a couple of touchdowns in preseason. I like what I saw from him, especially when he played with the number 2. They didn't let him play with the number 1, but they let him play with number 2s and 3s. So I'm like, hey, if he can do this with the number 3s on the field, imagine what he can do with the starters. And so he's RB3. So I think our running back room is stacked. I will run them cats until they dry.
Yeah.
Run them until they done. Like, and that leaves me with the Falcons, Hope, in terms of Michael Penix. Do you mind if he's a game manager, or does it really matter? Or do you want to just see him chuck it down the field every chance he get?
I want him throwing the ball down the field anytime. He got the arm to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he got the arm to do it. So that's what I like to see.
I don't know, man. I'm stuck, man. I think I want to see more of a balance. And with our running game being so good, and news alert, Caleb McGarry is out for the season. That's a tough blow. One of our offensive tackles. Even though we were talking about him earlier, man. I was like, I'm 50-50. I mean, I think his run blocking is really good. But it was his pass blocking was questionable. Not to say that he couldn't do it very well, it was just questionable. so that was what I was going to be looking out for, but I didn't want the man to get hurt because I thought it was very, very promising. You got a left-handed quarterback. Your right tackle is critical. All right. So we're going to be, I don't know. We got to hear Coach talk about that next week. I think they're still trying some guys. So I don't know, man. We picked up some guys yesterday, day before the trade or whatever. We got some tackles in here. Some guys got a little experience, got picked high. But I don't know. Hopefully that this right tackle thing has been a little bit worried. But going back to the original question in terms of Penix, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think I want him passing 63 times. If he's passing 63 times, something went wrong in the game plan. But I think I want him to pass. I like him to take shots down the field a little bit more. I love a vertical offense a little bit more to kind of keep people off balance, just so that we can run the ball. Because I just think you got a lot of fresh legs to just run. You got a new right tackle. So to really kind of get that right tackle in the groove, you really want to run the ball and have people to respect the run game. Because if they respect the run game, that makes the passing game a whole lot easier for Penix. When you're going downfield to Mooney or Drake London or whoever, even Kyle Pitts. So I know we picked up a lot of tight ends. We got a lot of tight ends on the roster, which makes me think that, okay, they're gonna be on the right side. trying to help the blocking out. That's an extra man.
Yeah.
Which I ain't, so that's another Arthur Smith kind of a thing, but I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying that, that's just what I see. Or maybe you're gonna have them as your traditional tight end, then Pitts gonna move into the slot, which is what I think. So I think you're gonna find Pitts playing more slot than traditional tight end. And so if you got a traditional setup like that, I'm thinking the offense is going to be pretty balanced. But Penix ain't scared to sling that thing downfield. And that's what I like about it. So, but Mooney going to have to – will Mooney be helped by game one?
I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think how could I put it? Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna be ready.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that he won't be ready. I sure hate he got hurt. But those things happen. We talked about that in terms of players playing in preseasons, and are they getting enough, burn in preseason games, or in contrast to practice. And here we are. We got two starters, big time starters, that got hurt during practice, and so that's kind of what Rock gonna tell you next week. You're like, see, I told you, you can get hurt anytime. Just how these guys got hurt during practice. So and so they didn't even get hurt during the game, during pregame. They got hurt during practice. It'll be interesting to see what he thinks about that. So what you think about that, Hope?
Well, my thing is, you're right. I mean, the players, you can't bubble wrap your players, right? You got, and we talked about this, Brad. I mean, football, and even Lou even said something about it. But the bottom line is, it's part of the game. Injuries part of the game. If Patrick Mahomes, if Joe Burrow can play preseason game, why not? Why not Michael Penix? Why not the Atlanta Falcons starters? So I don't buy, like I said, I don't buy into his whole philosophy or strategy. Um, and now we see, like you said, practice we lose our offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Not in game preseason, but in practice. So
yeah, right.
So I mean, it just goes back to what he, the way his strategy and philosophy it really doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
It really doesn't really make sense because it could have happened in a game. It can have, so I guess he feel better that it happened in practice. I don't know. Or like I said, maybe that may not have occurred, maybe have not happened if he had got some game time, in preseason. Who knows, man? Yeah, but who really knows?
Yeah. So
maybe the whole thing could be a whole different situation.
oh yeah, I agree. I agree. And so there's a lot to unwrap, when it comes to the injuries and the playing and not playing. And like you might well play him, at least, you never know what causes some of these injuries, especially early on. It's like with Mooney. I mean, that was just, well, that wasn't even a scrimmage. That was just kind of like minimal contact to where, the guy caught him in the wrong spot, and it was just kind of a freak accident in terms of the injury. Part of the game, but that's something that he did not plan. Nobody planned for. It looked like a kind of a less than routine play. But they're not really. I don't even think they were really going full speed. And that's what's so bad about the scary about the Mooney thing. Plus, he's on my fantasy league team, so I got him stashed on the bench somewhere. But he got to get well eventually. So, but yeah, man, I think that at the very least, I put it this way, Hope. At the very least, if Penix is a game manager, meaning that it'll be a balanced offense. He's going to take his shots down the field, but he's going to be, a lot of intermediate stuff there too. If you notice Penix, man, his style, if you notice his style of quarterbacking, you will notice a couple of things. Number one, he ain't scared to take. He loves taking the shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that Matt Ryan didn't do. Mike Vick did, but Matt Ryan did not. He loved taking shots, but when you take a shot down the field, you still got to get that ball out there. So the ball got to leave your hand while the route still kind of developing.
Yeah.
Got it, but he's good at that. He was very good at that. The other thing is some of the throws, he does a lot of outside throws to where only the receiver can get it or it's going out of bounds. And so he throws those outside routes just impeccably. I mean, his window is just incredible.
Yeah.
The stuff you see him throw the least is the stuff in the middle. But when he throws it in the middle, it's a zing.
Yeah.
Zing. Zing. It's like, man, you won't even see the ball. So it's like you just holding receivers come up with it. So we got a rack of receivers, man. We got a rack of receivers outside of Moon and everybody else that's on the squad that's going to have an opportunity to catch some balls from Penix. And so I think with the passing game, with him, I that should be great. But I just expect, I don't expect a whole lot of bubble screens.
Yeah, he has a good, nice touch, on his passes. He definitely he can throw the football, no doubt about that. Um, it's interesting when you look at, I mean, like right now, when you look at the betting line on the Falcons first game. Um, they got the Falcons, of course, underdogs, but it's like -2. But to be honest, I mean, you can't really take, that -2 can go either way. Um, Now, if it was like a -10, more likely they probably gonna lose.
Yeah,
More than likely, but a -2, that's kind of a flip of the coin.
yeah,
They could, and the only reason why they probably not favored simply because a lot of times the way they look at it is because they can't really, they kind of look at what the teams, their records, they look at what, as far as basically, what have they done lately, and it just seems that the Falcons just don't have enough wins on tape to say you should be able to win, right? Whereas
yep,
Tampa Bay has a lot more wins. They went, to the playoff. So of
yep,
course they would be favored.
yep.
Does it make sense?
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you're not gonna favor the team who don't have that many wins put together until they can show something. Until they can
Yeah.
prove
You gotta
that
prove.
they can, right.
Yeah,
So
you
it
gotta
makes
prove what
until
you
they
got.
can prove that they can win. So 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 that makes sense. So it should be a very good game. I give the Falcons a slight edge because they playing at home. But
Mm-hmm.
I think the key to that game, and once we get back, we'll talk more about it. But I think the key is going to come down to uh, turnovers.
Yep, 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 yep. Agreed. So yeah. I agree with turnovers, and I think that Tampa, they like you said, they've proven that they can win, and it doesn't matter. I mean, what you've done lately. I mean, the Falcons beat them. They swept the Bucks last year.
Yeah,
And so the odds makers are like, well, they owe them one. They owe one.
correct. Correct.
Oh yeah. So I'm not looking at the whatchamacallit. I think Lou says he's here. I can't see on the other end. Do you see him in there?
Yeah. Lou's here. Lou's in the mix. Let me see if I can add him to the stage. Lou.
There
Oh,
we
yeah,
go.
I'm here, guys.
Hey Lou.
Hey Lou.
Yeah. Was like, don't you forget about me.
Yeah. Because I can't see the board. So Hope was the only one who can see the
Oh,
board.
okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep. So just real quick, Lou. How you doing, man?
All right. Getting
Good.
ready for the start of the regular season for football. College football's in full swing. So we're just about ready.
So real quick, man, what did you think about the Cowboys? And in terms of solidifying the roster, because I know the Falcons and Cowboys played last Friday. I was on vacation.
Yeah.
I had a chance to watch them on YouTube TV. I don't know. I was
I'm gonna
unimpressed
start with
the game.
YouTube because they're in dispute with Fox. So I'm gonna start with that now.
Oh yeah, I think Fox is gonna be around. Fox, yeah, they're gonna sign. I think they signed a temporary contract, temporary deal to just last for about a year. Give
I
them
was
some
not
time to
impressed
just
with
work
it.
things out.
I was impressed with 2 of the 3 games, but the second game the Cowboys really struggled. But your Falcons team, they were just head on. I'm a little
Yeah,
skeptical about the Jets, though. Of course, with the new head coach and the new quarterback.
yeah.
And the one thing I'm really skeptical about is, well, let's just say I don't think it's going to be a very happy day in Mister Rogers' neighborhood when he comes over to Pittsburgh. I mean, he's one injury away from being completely annihilated and never playing again. I
Yeah,
mean, look, he's a
yeah,
dinosaur. In football years, he's what, 120? Yeah, you're old. So
yeah,
you've
pretty
done
much.
everything. You've done everything. You won a Super Bowl. I mean, for crying out loud, you hosted Jeopardy. You were awful at it, but still, you did. And, what more do you want?
Yeah, yeah. Agreed. So I'm like you, Lou. I think the first 2 games, I was very impressed with the defense for the Falcons. I think the offense was decent in this game too. I guess I don't know. I wasn't that impressed with the offense, other than the running back, Nathan Carter, who made the team.
Yeah.
But outside of that, that game against Dallas,
Yeah.
it was kind of up and down, man. It's kind of whatever. So yeah. So I'm not. We're not that surprised in terms of what our final roster looks like. Other than we're not happy that our right tackle is
I'll
out.
tell you what was the big surprise of the day, though.
Yep.
Well, maybe not, depending on how you look at it. But the Giants lost their cold hero.
Oh man, what are they doing up there?
And not only this, here's the wacky part. He's going to the team he beat in the preseason finale. Now, how do you like that? You beat him up in the preseason finale, and guess what? You still took him anyway. Well, he whipped our ass, but he's not such a bad guy. We'll take him anyway. How do you like that? I would have said, "What? You're gonna take him to what did to us in the preseason game last week? Are you out of your freaking mind? Come on."
Man, So I think Styling left the Panthers. I think he went back to Minnesota. So it's probably his last hurrah. So you got a lot of movement going on. Yeah, you got a lot of movement going on still with a lot of players around the league, man. So we won't have long to wait for the pros, and so we'll get our picks in next week. Next week, week after next week. I think it's next week, and it starts week after. So we'll get our picks in for the NFL games and the Falcons and everybody else. So Lou, this is why we're all here. College football.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had week 0, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, you want to call it that. I never understood that week 0. I mean, I know that the NFL, that the college doesn't necessarily do a preseason. So what would you consider this? The week 0 thing.
It's a media thing. Yeah, it's
Okay.
totally
I've
a
heard of
media.
Coke Zero, but I never heard.
Yeah,
You
no, it's
know,
totally,
Week Zero.
yeah. It's a lot of propaganda about college football, and they're
Yeah,
putting
I
a lot
know.
of time into it. So especially ESPN, they put a lot of time into it. So
Well,
it's like it counts,
years
but
ago, I mean, once upon a time, years ago, we used to have this thing called the College Football Classic that kicked off
yeah,
the season. But we didn't call it, Week Zero.
no,
That's
they
what
got
never
that.
told me. It was like Week Zero. What does that mean? You're not even really, you're not playing, but you're playing, even though you're
Yeah,
not
big
really.
boys, big boys not playing. That's what they mean. They don't. The ratings aren't up. So that's what they're trying to say. But look, this week, and I'm just gonna go through them, guys.
Yeah. It's like,
So
oh, it's a regular season game, but it means nothing.
yeah, right. No, those wins and losses count very much so.
Yeah.
But I will say I did enjoy. I'm happy with more of the coverage of HBCU programs. North Carolina Central, which has a really good program against Southern, who traditionally has a decent team year in and year out. So they got their asses handed to them by North Carolina Central Eagles. So shout out to North Carolina Central Eagles. Go Eagles. And matter of fact, it's and I want to say this wrong. I don't know if Steve is listening to it. Is Steve's wife an alumnus of North Carolina Central? Is it North Carolina A&T? Which North Carolina school is it, Ho? You remember?
Dang, man. Yeah, I'm not really sure, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They want to text him or something. But I know about it because it's in Durham, North Carolina. My uncle, I got cousins, I got relatives in Durham, North Carolina, which is where it's also his house. That's in North Carolina, but not too far from there is Winston-Salem too. But shout out to that. So we got week 1 coming up, guys.
Yeah.
A lot of football games on slate for tomorrow. So a lot of
Including
football games.
Rutgers.
Rutgers is playing. Who's Rutgers playing tomorrow, Lou?
Well, it's not a big school. They're just playing Ohio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know about Ohio. So who's slated to win?
What's round the? Remember, it's hot. It's round in the middle and high on both ends.
Oh no.
Oh, hi. Oh, yeah. I know it. That's an oldie.
No. We yeah. Anything out of Ohio in football, nah.
Yeah.
Can't do it. But let's talk football. Let's talk some scheduling.
It's also an old Bugs Bunny joke too.
And let's see, Saturday. Okay, I'm looking at my matchups right now. So the line is Rutgers by 15.5 over Ohio. So that game's at 6:00 tomorrow.
I think Rutgers is gonna take it.
That's on Big Ten Network.
I have it. I have it.
Yep. So I may put one eye on it and wink on it. So Friday. Okay, let's go. Friday. We got Georgia Tech at Colorado. That's a night game. So I'm gonna hand it over this one over to Hova.
I'm going with Georgia Tech, man.
You don't think that Prime can win with his brand new flashy quarterback?
He doesn't have his son there, man. It's gonna be different.
Yeah,
It's gonna be different. I mean, I'm not saying that the guy he got is not talented, but it's gonna be different.
You can say that again.
No, it'll be different, man.
Different. It will be.
And then on top of that, unless he found another Travis Hunter, I mean, who's gonna replace that? So he lost, a nice, X factor. He lost a nice X factor piece. I haven't followed Colorado as far as who they've recruited and who they got, but I don't think the guys they got is quite near the, how can I put it, the caliber of what he had with his son and Travis Hunter. I put it that way.
Yeah. You're definitely gonna have some chemistry that they're gonna have to work on.
You better.
And some leadership there from the guys on the field. Be interesting to see how Coach Prime fares without, like you say, his two main players, without both of his sons and Travis Hunter. So I don't know. But I'm going Georgia Tech with that. I think that I think the coaching staff has done a great job in recruitment. They kept the guys that they could. I just think I think Georgia Tech's gonna be pretty gritty. They're gonna be tough to handle, man. Lou, who you have in the Georgia Tech? Who do you have with Georgia Tech versus Colorado on Friday?
You had me when you said that. What they're gonna do with that? The big star from Colorado. So, yeah, I'm gonna take Georgia Tech on that.
Yeah.
That's when you got me.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're doing a better job. They're doing a better job in coaching, keeping guys in state. And so the guys that do not go to Georgia, wherever, they are considering and they're actually attending Georgia Tech. And so Georgia Tech's been kind of small in the trenches, and they run a pro style offense for a change. So is the quarterback King coming back home?
I think he is, man. I think he is coming back. I'm actually just double checking.
Yeah, because I'm not sure. And I was gonna try to, and that's Friday's game. To take. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Haynes King.
Yeah. Don't know if Haynes King is. Oh.
Yeah,
he's there.
He's there.
He's coming back.
He's gonna. Yeah, man, he's gonna be. That guy's gonna be hard to stop. I think Colorado gonna have their hands full with that dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be a real tough game for him. So, the line is Georgia Tech by 4.5.
Well, that tell you right there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good line.
Yeah, over under at 51.5. So
yeah, that's a pretty good line.
Yeah. That's a good one. So hey, let's not play around with it, man. Number 1 Texas versus number 3 Ohio State. That's a noon game. That is in the.
Now, I know you're gonna think I'm crazy for saying this.
Yep.
But I don't know how Arch Manning is going to stack up to the almighty Ohio State. I mean, there's a lot of hype surrounding him, of course. Being of course, well, because we know who he is and his family's legacy, and everybody's all hyped up about Arch and everything. But I think Ohio State's got some more offense, or more defense, and I think it's going to maybe try and throw off Arch Manning a little bit. So I do think it's going to be a highly competitive game, but I think Ohio State's going to have the edge here. Plus that they're at home and they are almost unstoppable at home. So Arch has a lot to look up to during this game.
Yeah. Agreed. What say you, Hope?
Yeah, I agree. Same with Lou, man. We talked about it, Brad. I mean, Arch Manning. From what I saw, even when they went up against Georgia, I don't know. I don't see him as a passer. I see his strength is running. Running with the ball. I think you're going to see a lot of that, a lot of design plays specifically for him to run against Ohio State. I wouldn't be surprised he run over 100 yards against Ohio State. But I like Ohio State, man.
Yeah. So it's hard to go against Ohio State on this one. And you made a good point, Lou, that Ohio State is at home. That makes a difference. They still got a new quarterback. So we're going to see if that defense is good enough to put pressure on that quarterback to make some mistakes. There's
bound to be mistakes.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, because this is top-notch defense now. I mean, Texas is no slouch. They got talent all over the field on both sides of the ball. They're fast. They're athletic. Got big guys up front. And so it's a little different than what Ohio State's going to see throughout the remainder of the season. So with that, and they got the best talent money can buy. So, but this one's going to come down to coaching. So
money doesn't buy you a championship.
Do you? Yeah, that's what it's getting to. And so, are you going to go with Day over there, who's coming off a fresh championship, or are you going to go with Sarkisian, that can call a game, but he has yet found a way to call the big games. This is a big game, and so in big games
early in the season too.
Yeah, early in the season, and both teams, either team, whatever team loses, still will have a viable chance of making it to the playoffs at least, yet alone the playoffs, because these teams are going to get better as the year progresses. So I don't know, guys. It's hard to go against Ohio State, but I'm rolling with Texas in this one. But
somebody would.
Yeah. The line is 1.5, so it's damn near even. And I think the only reason I think the only reason they're giving Ohio State the 1.5 is because they're at home. I think if Texas was home, they'd give Texas the 1.5. But hell, Georgia beat them twice. At home, Athens, Atlanta, Macon, Georgia, New Jersey. I don't think Georgia doesn't care where they play Texas.
Heard that.
They just, I don't know. They just got Texas number. Like, it's just like Alabama has Georgia's number. Georgia's got Texas number.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works, unfortunately. But I
got all the ESPN channels now too. I got, because of the new ESPN app, I got all of it now. I got the ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPN Cucamonga, ESPN Antarctica. Every.
Yeah, you got all of them.
Now
here's the next game, guys. Is number 8 Bama against Florida State. That's a 3:30 game on Saturday. So
I'm going with Bama.
You going with Bama? Okay.
Yeah,
that was
Florida State.
This was in Tallahassee.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Florida State, man. I don't know.
Ooh.
Alabama, man. I don't know. That coach they got, man. I don't know.
I mean, the boy's a good coach, man. He may be the Falcons' next offensive coordinator. Trust me.
I don't know, man.
Trust me. He's coming to Atlanta. Guess what's going to happen? He's going to have a bad season in Alabama. They're going to get rid of him. He's going to be out there. He probably won't be coached, but Atlanta's going to pick him right on up to be the offensive coordinator so that he can go ahead and continue the growth with Michael Pickett. He's been with Penix forever. He was the offensive coordinator in Indiana until, Penix got hurt. Then the boy moved on and got an opportunity to be head coach at Washington. He brought the quarterback with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think the same thing is going to happen in the pros. What I tell you? You heard it first on the Brett and Hogan show. All right, guys. Yes. So I agree. On that one, Florida State is just so quirky, man. They're just quirky. I hate to go for them because Florida State got the talent. They just don't have the coaching, and neither does Alabama. But
well, I don't know, man. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's a game you just flip a coin and
they got
kicks.
And they have a new quarterback.
Heads Alabama, tails Florida State.
I don't know, but I'm going Alabama.
I actually did that once on a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, that was on a show, guys.
Yeah, we flipped the coin.
No, when I went back before I went, before I became national and became like this, well, I was doing the local show with my former partner Eric and another guy, and we were discussing about what team was going to win. So I actually brought in a coin and we flipped it on the air. We really did.
Yeah, we're gonna start flipping.
Not one of my best moments, my career.
We may need to add that to the show. The flip.
We're gonna add that. Yeah, we're gonna add that to the show.
But the thing is, it's disqualified because of a two-headed coin, though. So they disqualified it. No, that part was a joke. But I did bring in a coin.
All right. So I'm going Bama on this one, man. The line is 13.5 for Bama. So I'm going to take the line and the points, man, and I'm going with Bama on this because I'm just not convinced with neither one of these squads. But Florida State's just too quirky, man. Here's a big one for you guys: number 9 LSU versus number 4 Clemson. A night game.
I'm not sold on Clemson. I'm going with LSU. I'm not sold on Clemson at all.
Yeah, I'm going with LSU on that one too. Is that
Yes,
in
sir.
LSU? Is in LSU?
No,
No,
this
it's
is
in
going to
Florida
be in
State.
South Carolina. This is going to be no. This is going to be in Florida. This is going to be
It's
in
right too high. It's too high.
Oh,
South Carolina.
it's in South Carolina.
It's in South Carolina.
Oh, Death Valley is hard, man.
Boy, it's hard, man. It's hard to be New Orleans at night. I'm
You
just
ain't
saying.
lying. It's just the
Look,
same. It's just the,
LSU,
well, it's the same like that in LSU. You know.
yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. And look, man, I don't know if it was at LSU in a night game, you know,
Yeah.
and LSU may be the better team, but I don't
But
know.
I don't know, man. I got a feeling LSU gonna win though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking this game may go into overtime, and I gotta take LSU on this one. Sorry, Dabo. So I'm gonna have to take those guys in that game, man. The line is Clemson about 3.5.
Oh,
So I'm going against that line with Clemson. Could be a potential playoff preview too. So we got just a real quick. This one's for you, Hova. Georgia State against number 21 Ole Miss. That's another night game, but still, you got to see Ole Miss without Dart. That'll give Georgia fans a chance to kind of look at that to see how potent their offense is going to be. But I mean, it's just Georgia State, so I'm not going to even read the line on that one.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I'm going to leave that one alone. All right, here's an intriguing game: Virginia Tech versus number 13 South Carolina. 3:00 game on Sunday. So how good is South Carolina, guys? I mean, those Gamecocks, are they for real? I'm going Gamecocks in this game because they're playing at home. There's a lot of so it's a a lot of talk about them being the dark horse in the SEC. I've even heard them as possibly being an opponent, one of the guys that end up at the end playing in the SEC championship. And a definite playoff contender. What you guys think about that for South Carolina?
I mean, South Carolina, man. I from what I gather, they recruit pretty good.
yeah, they are.
So I can, I know it's all early talk. I'm gonna say, man, possibly, yeah. I mean, they may be, because one thing about South Carolina, I don't know if you remember, Brad, but they were coming on strong late last year, man.
Yeah,
Late in the
yeah,
season. I don't
yeah.
think
That's strong.
remember I think you and I had a talk. We were saying that we didn't feel like nobody really want to see them right now.
Right.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. So I agree. I think and don't sell Virginia Tech short either. Yeah, don't take them. Don't sell them short.
Yeah.
I think Virginia Tech's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And they did what they were supposed to do. So that may be a pretty intriguing game. The other Sunday game is number 6 Notre Dame versus number 10 Miami. What do you guys think about that?
Notre Dame, the problem is Notre Dame gets, up in the top 10 polls of every college poll every year, and they don't seem to be that impressive. And I don't see how they're going to stack up against Florida State in this opening game. So I have to go with Florida State.
Yeah. Well, no, this is Miami, Lou. This is Miami versus Notre Dame.
Miami, that is. Well, it's the right state,
Yeah, right state, yeah. And they're playing at home too, just like Florida State.
Gotta go with a
Who
Hurricane.
you got in that one? Luke? Yeah. Who you got in that one, Hope?
Let's
So
put it
which,
this way. They're gonna rock them like a hurricane.
what you said? Notre Dame, and against who?
Miami.
Yeah,
Yo,
they're
Carson
rocking like
Beck.
a hurricane.
Yeah, Carson Beck. Oh man, that's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna go. Shoot, man, I'm gonna go with Notre Dame, man. I mean,
Whoa.
I don't know, man. Carson Beck, man. He got to prove. He got to show me something.
A gutsy call, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I hate to come hard on him like that, Brad, but
Yeah.
I don't. Has he gotten over that season from last year throwing those interceptions? I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. And the thing about it is we didn't get a chance to see him against Notre Dame. Unfortunately, he got hurt in Texas game. And the thing about it was real funny is that everybody forget. Nobody's talking about Georgia. We're about to talk about it in a few minutes, but he didn't play in that after the SEC championship. He didn't play in the playoff game, and so it'd been interesting to see. But still, I mean, to be completely fair about Carson Beck, most of the time receivers were dropping balls. We had the worst receivers in the nation in terms of drop balls.
Yeah.
And a lot of those passes, if they caught half the passes, Georgia probably would have been in the championship. If they caught half the passes in the games that we lost, go to Alabama, Ole Miss, and you go back to even Notre Dame. If the guy's healthy and they catching balls, we probably in the championship. But this is the worst I've ever seen. I didn't see that coming in terms of the receivers dropping balls all year. And to his point, he put the balls there. Now, the bad part about Carson Beck is those picks. Those were just bad throws. Bad throws. So he needs to get that out. That's why I get what you're saying, Hope. Has he gotten that bad Carson Beck out of his system? I think Bobo is a great quarterbacks coach too. So he's gonna get you. He's gonna make you look good. You gotta help him help you look good. So between receivers dropping the balls and him having the yips, we'll see if that's over with in Miami. Definitely, Miami got some decent receivers, decent defensive line. I don't know about their defense though. Notre Dame, they recruited well. And what's the coach's name again? What's the coach for Notre Dame again? What's his name again? I see his face.
Morgan
Freeman. Is it
Freeman.
Coach Freeman.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's pretty good. He's finally got a Notre Dame team built that's respectable. He's got big guys. He's got physical guys. Guys are fast enough to play pro style. They play big boy ball now. This is big boy ball now that they playing. So I don't know if Miami's ready for big boy ball. So I'm going Notre Dame. I sure hate that too.
Hey, and one other little side note. Don't forget about Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt came on pretty good. They were kind of everybody little surprise. You remember when they beat Alabama?
Correct the mundo.
Don't forget about them. They got that quarterback, Diego something, but
he's pretty good.
That guy, he's scrappy. He's very scrappy.
They played Charleston Southern on Saturday night at 7.
Charleston Southern, really?
Well, I mean, they'll win that one, but yeah.
Well, I mean, at least they get a win. It's Vandy. And at least they get a win for Vandy. So that's.
I'm looking at their schedule in Vanderbilt. I mean, Charles, but now when they play Virginia Tech, that should be interesting.
Yeah.
But Charleston Southern, I mean that should be a win.
It should be. It should be. So look, guys.
Southern.
Oh yeah, no, so look, Bulldogs played Marshall on Saturday. Bulldogs number 5. Nobody's really talking about the Bulldogs. They won the SEC championship last year. They beat Texas. They beat Texas twice. Although we lost against Notre Dame, backup quarterback in there, it wasn't too embarrassing near the end. So team did what they could. A lot of injuries. We weren't as deep as we thought. It is what it is. So we take that loss. So you coming back this year, we got a young team, new quarterback. Kirby says he likes the passion he sees from this team. A lot of youth from this. A lot of the guys are gone. So you really got kind of the first team that you probably had that's really new in terms of those who have not experienced the championship. And so Kobe's got to build a championship team started with this squad brand new, like he did with the other team. And so I think the spread is the spread is like 39-40, somewhere along there.
Yeah.
I don't care how inferior the opponent is. Kirby would never beat the spread. I swear Kirby's like, what's spread? I put in third. Man, it's just a 20-point lead. I'll put it in, it just keep it tight. He never beats the spread. So look, I don't think he's gonna beat the spread, but I think Georgia wins, but I don't think he beats the spread. I don't know what Marshall's doing. I think Marshall's young too. I think they got a young team. I think they had a pretty decent team last year, maybe. But I think this year they a lot of turnover, a lot of young players. You don't want to play a team like Georgia out the box. That's baptism by fire. So as far as I know, guys, Gunnar Stockton's going to be a starting quarterback for Georgia. But I think you still may see Ryan Puglisi. That's the number 2 quarterback. I think they were very, very close and neck and neck from a little bit I saw and from what I've been hearing. And I think when you jump on Marshall pretty fast, I think you're gonna see a lot of Puglisi in there. So the question again, Hova, if you remember last year that Bulldogs always had a slow start. And you would really like to see the Bulldogs at least come out, strong. Scoring the first half, at least 10 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second quarter, at least. That's kind of what you want to do in the third quarter. You run away with. So that's kind of what you want to see in games like this with teams like Georgia, that caliber going against that. And I think you really want to pay attention to the running game and seeing what we can do with that running game. Nate Frazier's going to be back. I like Nate. He packed on a little bit more muscle. Fast guy, kind of a Sonny Michel type guy. And keep your eyes on Josh McCray, 240 pounds from Illinois. He's a transfer.
Yeah.
And so he's going to be like number 2 or number 3 guy. So take a look at that on Saturday. Also look at Saturday your receivers, Zachary Branch. He's transferred from USC. He may be one of the lead wideouts and not the lead wideout and some other guys that we have out of transfer portal. And we got some young guys that we were able to keep in state. That was big. Keep the receivers we have in state. The big question mark for Georgia is the offensive line. It's a lot of turnover on the offensive line. We don't know how deep we are. They got some size, but I think Kirby still wants them a little bit bigger. So I think they might be a little bit on the small side, definitely the inexperienced side. So we'll see what this line can do in terms of blocking for the run. We did not do the best job in blocking for the run. So this would be a good test, at least before we play Tennessee third week. I think play Tennessee the third week. So that's what you want to look for the first couple of weeks with Georgia. Defensive line, we got a top recruit, Elijah Griffin. So he's going to make an impact. He's a freshman starter. So he's a 5-star. So Georgia's going to have to use these and trust these 5 stars that we have on the team. And our linebacker, you want to keep it. We got from Army, Eli Mendoza. I remember him vaguely. I really do. He's a pretty good player. But that's strange to find somebody from Army in the transfer portal. Just weird. And so at our DBs, we got Ellis Robinson that's returning, and we have more playing time as a sophomore. So that's a quick rundown on some things to kind of look for with the Bulldogs this weekend. Hope what you got on the Bulldogs, man?
Yeah, man. I think as long as the Bulldogs come out fast, take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any problem with Marshall. I was just doing a little research. Marshall is.
Don't underestimate them.
I hear you, Lou. But to Lou's point, they're gonna play with a lot of pride.
Yeah,
Marshall has always been that team that plays with a lot of pride. Now
They are Marshall,
they may not have they may not have the talent, the depth of Georgia, but they're gonna come out and give it their best. So
yeah, yeah,
Georgia, definitely Georgia definitely don't want to take these guys lightly, and they definitely want to go
they're
ahead
not.
and they
yeah.
want to go ahead and put them points on the board pretty quickly, man. That's the way I see it. If we play the game slow and they hanging around and we just a point 7 points ahead, 3 points ahead,
Yeah.
and that's not yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what we saw a lot of last year, which is something we kind of sort of didn't see in previous years. And so last year was the first time that I was kind of a little squeamish. You know, you let teams hang around, you have a slow start, you lethargic, and then you find a way to kind of, Kobe got to cuss them out in halftime, and then come out in the third quarter and kind of handle business in the second half. Can't do that. Got to get a good start, and that's going
You
to
guys
start.
ready for a laugher?
Yeah, you got that. You got to start with. It starts with the quarterback. So we'll see what our quarterbacks have to offer, and we will see. And one last one, and we got to go. One last game, Monday night game, which is North Carolina versus TCU. The debut of Bill Belichick. What you guys got on that? TCU? Lose it, TCU. Don't even play with it.
Now you ready for a laugher right here?
Yeah.
Ready? Rangers 20, Angels 3.
Oh no!
Oh man!
Oh no!
Yeah!
Oh,
Wow!
No. Yeah, that's
yes!
That's crazy.
Ooh wee!
And the game's not over yet.
The game is not even over yet.
No, it's the sad part.
Goodness. Oh my goodness! So I guess now you're gonna really go see some weird stuff on the mound now. Get the game over with. That's kind of fun, but not if
even for a football score, that's bad.
It is bad, even for football. That's horrible. And I will say
this disgrace.
Again, we played the Marlins last night. Braves played the Marlins. We scored 9 runs in the last inning or something like that, and we beat the Marlins like 12-1. So, but that's not the story. The story is once again, when the game was out of hand, they plucked Ronald Acuna Jr. again instead of walking him. They plucked him again. So the benches, people left the dugout. You know what I'm saying? Just say, just have a shopping contest, I guess. But when they made, and now Ronald Acuna was the one who was, he about to get down. But they're like, no, you just got off injury reserve. We don't need you at the bottom of a pile. We know you're kind of fragile, so we don't want you out there. But still, the point of the matter, guys, this is why I hate the Marlins. They're just a Bush League team, if I've ever seen one. They do it every time, and the Braves don't do nothing. Man, it's got to stop. That's why I say, man, if we got another manager, get Schnicker on out of here. Send him about his way. Have a nice little, party for him. Send him on his way. And we need a manager in here that'll get a little fire up under this team, man. When they hit your player, man, I need y'all clearing benches. I'm sorry, man. I need y'all clearing benches, especially when it's Bush League. And they do it because they can get away with it. No Braves ain't gonna do nothing. So they pluck it. They know they can get away with it, and they do it every year. Right. Every time we see it. It's coming. Man, please. If y'all ain't clearing benches, it's an unsaid rule. It's gonna be some problems in this clubhouse. I need a manager like that. If you don't go out there, he's plucking our guy. I'm gonna need forget the retribution. We ain't gonna see him tomorrow. We playing another team. No, we need to get it in tonight. If we don't get it in, y'all, we gonna have problems in the locker room. We need those. We need that because it goes on around. It's the unsaid rules. So that's. I'll leave it at that. I'm a Marlin hater. I hate the Marlins, as you can see. That's my most hated team in baseball. I do not like them. Now you talk to Braves fan, Braves be like Mets, whatever, Philly, blah, blah, blah. Divisional rival, but it's really the Marlins. They're the dirtiest team. And they don't do that to anybody else but the Braves.
Yes, they are.
That's all I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to get out my soapbox, guys. So real quick,
Right.
Lou, thanks for joining the show, man. Take us home, man. Take us home.
All right, Enhanced Sports Show continues on Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. We're going to be talking about the start of college football. We'll wrap up the NFL preseason. I'll give a prediction for the opening game for next Thursday because it'll be so we're ready for that. WNBA as we count down the end of the regular season. MLB, we'll wrap up the Little League World Series, which was a disaster for the U.S. side, unfortunately. UFC, WWE wrestling. Your thoughts and comments, the ridiculous side of the week, sports trivia, this date in sports history, the light story of the week, and the best and worst of the month of August. And I think I got a few in mind. So remember, it's 512-543-4662, Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Look for us on Facebook Live, and don't forget to like and share the Facebook page, and you can also find us on YouTube.
All right. Thanks a lot, Lou.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Lou.
it, man. All right. On that note, glad that everybody could join us tonight, Bread and Hover Show. We're going to be slightly different, so we're making some tweaks for next week. So join us next week, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Bread and Hover Show. Be going.
Approximately.
Be going.